Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wargames News Radio, A Few Neutrons More. This is our second season of the show, and which episode are we on now? Like nine episodes. Nine. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming back. It's already been 2 weeks. It doesn't seem that long. Life is moving fast right now.
Yeah.
So, yes, my name is Justin. I'm your overseer for this season, and you all know our lovely players. We have Ryan Danger playing Mr. Microwave. We have Grant the Rifleman, and we have Raj playing Johnny Bottlecap. How is everyone doing tonight?
Lovely.
Excellent.
Wow. Nursing a bit of a weird throat thing, so Mr. Microwave might be a baritone today, but otherwise doing good.
Bring it. You're up here.
Way down
here. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, amazing. Welcome back to the show. We've got we smashed our season goal last episode, like absolutely destroyed it. With your help, in fact, it was all you guys. We have raised, with donor matching, over $5,000 for humanitarian aid to Ukraine. So that's amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause at home. You guys are so wonderful. We appreciate you so much.
Huge. You
guys also, if you are just tuning in for the first time, please follow us on all social media. We are over on Instagram. Follow the channel for brand new battle reports and updates and stuff, all things tabletop gaming. All the links are down below. You will be able to see them down there. So like, follow, subscribe, the whole shebang.
All the YouTube nonsense.
All that YouTube social media nonsense. Also, hey, this game takes place in the world of Fallout, which is sometimes a little bit violent, a little bit icky, but we promise to keep it fun, weird, and not gross weird. So please do stick with us. We are somewhere around 14A to, rated mature sometimes. Violence, bloodshed, weapons, and fucking swears. So, yeah. Please, if that's not your bag, maybe we're not your show, but we promise it's a super fun time. A lot of heart, a lot of love. Do we have anything else that we need to announce, Mr. Ryan?
No, I don't think so. There's a new battle report. It was on Friday. I'm sure most folks have seen it. Super fun. Combat zone, sentry bot versus everything that I could throw at it. So that's super fun. Gonna be doing more of those. And I think this Wednesday, if all goes according to plan, gonna be doing the first painting live stream on Wednesday night. Justin's gonna be coming in, I think, next weekend. You're coming in. We're gonna play. We'll play some Star Wars Legion, and I've got some fucking rebels to finish painting. So
rebels.
Yeah, I'll paint him on stream. So why don't let's say Wednesday. Let's aim for we'll do an hour or maybe an hour or two. So if anyone's around Wednesday night, I'll be around painting some little dudes. So I'll see you then.
Amazing. All right. Well, let us just jump right back into it. Where we left off, you had all just taken shelter in the Anthony's Refuge clinic basement. A Rad-Tornado has torn through the city. You have barely escaped from its destructive path. Yourselves, the coyotes, all the townsfolk, and Amber Many Shields have taken refuge in this cellar. Now, as you got down there, Johnny's Pip-Boy was clicking with rads. Click, 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 click. As the night goes on, it is a tense and quiet evening. Everyone is very, very nervous and on edge as you hear the storm rage above you. The tornado lasts for maybe an hour, but the storm rages on violently throughout the night. Everything is hushed, and as you look around the cellar, you realize that most of the people down here are either too young or too old to fight. Of the dozen defenders that Anthony's Refuge initially had, maybe 5 are still with you. Ingrid moves through the crowd tending to the wounds as Nurse Hewitt assists her. And you all try to get some rest. The leaders of Anthony's Refuge, Merrill, Ingrid, and Titus, as well as Athena, they're all kind of talking in hushed whispers in the corners as Merrill kind of just silently observes everything. You see the coyotes as well attempt throughout the night to try to get the wheel back on their radio, however, to no avail. It is approximately 8 o'clock in the morning when Titus decides that enough is enough, and it has been quiet for long enough. He throws open the hatch to the basement cellar to a bright and gorgeous Kansas spring morning. The grass and what is left of the foliage are wet with dew and rain, and the sky is a crystal clear and wonderful blue. However, as you look around the town, there is nothing left. If you all would not know that a town was here had you not been here before.
Dang.
There are no structures remaining. It looks like a junkyard along the side of a bend in the road. As Ingrid stands on the concrete paddock that used to be her clinic, you can see silent tears streaming down her face as Nurse Hewitt puts his hand on her back. She turns around and sadly smiles at him. He says, This was just a place. I'll always be your nurse, doctor. And she smiles sadly at him and takes stock of what is left.
Yeah,
that is.
So we come out from above ground. Like, is there a building like left where we went into the basement?
It is completely raised. The entire town. All you see is a concrete paddock where the building used to be. There's a hatch to the side, a storm cellar, where you all dumped in with the double metal doors. And that is it. As what's left of the townsfolk, the children and everyone else kind of pours out.
I don't suppose the raider in the power armor that was disabled is still there.
He is gone. There ain't nothing around, bud.
Yeah, okay.
Have you ever seen like the stories on the news of like those Midwestern towns that have been absolutely like just leveled by tornadoes?
Yeah, it's just like debris and flat.
Yeah,
It's just tornado alley up in here. Like, boom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Outside's on the inside. Got it.
Yeah, for sure.
Agency may we?
Yeah, you're free to go.
So I Rifleman super aware that everyone just like lost their homes, but is trying to encourage and help people. He's not really a big first aid guy. Like my medicine's a 0, but I try to help people wherever I can. And I'll start talking to Johnny and Ingrid to say like we've got to get these people somewhere safe, and that's probably the wheel. I don't know what your history is with them, but it maybe is time to bury hatchets if you got any and build a new life somewhere because there's nothing left.
Yeah. So what the leaders of the town had been talking about kind of comes to fruition, and Thena raises her voice and clears it and speaks to the maybe 20 people, including children and the elderly, who are now just standing on the paddock of what used to be the clinic.
Sure.
And she says,
super chipper scene.
Yeah, you get the strong feeling that the town rolled the dice on you guys and kind of paid for it ish.
Tornadoes.
To be fair, you can't control a tornado.
We're filing that under act of God on the insurance claim. Thank you.
I'm not taking the heat for that.
But
I'm not taking the heat for a NATO.
We'll deal with that in a minute. Yeah.
They might still feel like
Yeah.
somehow catastrophe came to them when we showed up. So it's like, I'm sure no one thinks we caused the tornado, but I'm sure some people are thinking if these clowns never walked into town, maybe things would have been better. So like, I'm pretty humble right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to help.
There are probably some irrational connections being made.
For sure.
But she clears her voice and says loudly, Anthony's refuge is gone. There's no easy way to say that. Our home is destroyed. And I've been talking with Titus and Ingrid. It's time that we return to the wheel. And a kind of a shock goes through the crowd, a couple gasps, and murmurs and whatnot. And she says, "I know the sound effects. Thank you. I know what you're all thinking. That we decided to strike out on our own all those years ago and not bend to the will of the people of the land, but we've been scraping by for the last 10 years at least, and now we have nothing. I would rather us all survive together under their banner than die alone out here. We're going to be heading back to the wheel." And you hear the squelch of a radio. The coyotes have gotten the wheel back up, and you can't quite make out what is being said. But Fumbles is there and goes, "Yeah, affirmative, sir. We'll be back half a day, I say, maybe longer." And Fumbles kind of just looks at you, Rifleman, and gives a nod and says, "We're heading back to the wheel. We are to escort you and the prisoner as well." And he kind of nods at Many Shields, Ember, who has been transferred to a stretcher. She is in and out of consciousness. And why don't whoever wants to give me a medicine roll?
Can I say something quick?
Yeah, of course.
At this point, I don't know if she's a prisoner so much as a casualty, but I agree.
Yeah. Who wants to give me a medicine roll?
Yeah. Quick mechanical question.
Yep.
What is how am I? What is my stasis? Because I got fucked up.
Yeah, you broke as fuck.
Yeah.
Let's say throughout the night, Tinker Tom over here, Grant. Was able to. I
have a multi-tool, motherfucker. I can clean up anything with that.
Johnny duct taped a couple of your things onto your body.
Yeah, we're good.
Your thrusters are working. You are what is called walking wounded.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have been triaged and you're mobile.
Because I definitely would like to have said that, like, once I got functioning, that I throughout the night I would have liked to have been tending to whatever wounded, because guess what I'm good at? It's all that medical stuff. If I'm functioning, then I would love to do that medicine roll, please.
Yeah, give me a medicine roll, difficulty 1. It's not hard.
Okay.
On Ember Mini Shield.
I believe I have something that makes this easier. What do I have? Dun, 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 dun. I got medic. Oh no, those are for hit points. Either way, okay, I'll just do the test. So my target number is a whopping 14. Pretty dang good. I'm not gonna buy anything. I'm not gonna buy anything on this one. We're just gonna roll it.
Okay. So you are looking at her, scanning her with your tri-eyes, and Ingrid walks over to you and kind of whispers and says, all my supplies have been used up or destroyed. If we don't get her some serious medical attention, she's going to die of sepsis. And you see where she's been shot down her face, there are dark red streaks moving down her neck. She is developing a fever quite rapidly, and you can tell that infection is starting to spread through her body.
Okay. I think I might have something for this.
Do you have something for this? I want you to have something for this.
Maybe.
How? Maybe.
I'm Captain Explorer Bot.
Are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do?
I think so. I don't know.
Do
maybe.
Do it.
I think of the world.
I'll say to Grant, and I'll pull over the coyotes as well. And I'll just mention, Gentlemen, there is it appears that she is in need of some antibiotics of sorts. It doesn't appear that there's anything that's chemically on hand or that we might have, but there is a chance we might be able to find some flora or fauna on our journeys to the wheel that could do so. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I'm driving at. I want to just say that there might be some medicinal plants we could find maybe on the way here or there.
Actually, the coyotes look at you and nod understandingly. Give me a difficulty 2 because everything's been fucked real bad. Intelligence survival.
Okay. Could I request some assistance from Grant's survivally brain on this?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm pretty good at this actually. Survival is a dump stat for me. So target again is 14.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'll. We don't have any AP to spend, so you said it's difficulty 2, eh?
Difficulty dose. I need 2 of those successes. Dose successes.
I'm tempted to buy something. I've got luck points and an assistance. You know what? This feels important. I'm gonna buy a dice from you, please.
Yeah, do it.
I'm going to allow it.
I'm gonna allow it.
Raj will allow it. That means we're gonna go ahead and give her a go. Okay, so 3 dice, target 14, and then Grant gets to roll 1 for an assist.
Yes, sir.
Roll those beautiful dice.
Hey, we got it. Let's get some extra AP here. Oh,
yeah,
and a crit to boot. There you go.
Boom. So
no big deal.
So I will give you. So Fumbles gives a whistle, and the coyotes snap too, and he says, "We'll go look. It might take us a bit because everything's all fucked up." I don't know why I gave Fumbles that. Hold on, that's not Fumbles' voice at all. We'll give it a look. Might take us a couple minutes, so just bear with me. And they go running out, and
a couple of minutes. I'm sending them out to look for like the fucking like Holy Grail. They're like, yeah, we'll be back in a tight 15.
You're actually not sending them out for the Holy Grail. In fact, what you're sending them out for is aspen bark and rose hips, and they return with aspen bark and rose hips.
And of
course,
because I knew that.
My GM brain knows that is how you make aspirin and painkillers in the wild.
There you go.
So they return with this and crush up it into or boil that bark and crush up the rose hips and make a quick tea and start feeding it to Ember, who gurgles and gasps at it. However, she drinks the entire tincture, and you can't tell right away, but that's the best you can do.
Okay.
To lower her fever and try to like it's called an antipyretic. Anyway, okay. Never mind.
There we go. All right. I feel like that might get us, buy her some time at least, gentlemen. You've done us a great service, and more so, probably Mr. Many Shields as well. I don't know whether or not he's aware of our current capture here. Perhaps maybe it's best if that's left to a surprise. I have a feeling that
surprise.
She doesn't surprise. I have a feeling that her reputation might not be so widely approved of around the rest of the members of the wheel.
Fumbles gives you a grim gritting of teeth and looks at you and says, I've already reported that we have her.
Oh, super.
All right, well.
Val
disregard entirely then, sir.
Val is aware that we have her.
I feel like it's the rest of the, perhaps that brutish man we encountered. What's his name? Who's that big fucking dickhead?
Val's dad?
The power armor guy. Oh, Val. Yeah, that's the guy. Yes, sorry. Yeah.
No, Val is the guy who rescued you from
whichever one of like the power armor Homes Guard dudes was like a bit of a prick.
Thomas.
Yeah, that guy.
Thomas Maverick, the man who initially found you don't know what this is,
who piloted the Little John. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Yeah, the Little John. So that's
The hero of legend from our Quiet Year series, yes.
Thomas Maverick and Val Maverick. Val Maverick is his son, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So the people that I specifically thought probably should not know, I've already been informed. Thank you. Yeah, that's very good. Very helpful.
There's a chain of command. I can't I got a report.
No, I'm sorry if I sound sarcastic. It must be something in my programming.
And you have like a fucking cigar.
I'm Groucho Marx now.
Yeah, I was about to say your very thick eyebrows move up and down. Yeah, okay. So the people of the Homestead rally and get what is left of their shit together when you hear a clop, 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 and out from the bush comes Meryl's Appaloosa.
Oh.
Somehow has miraculously survived.
Is this a real ass horse?
It's a real ass horse, man. It's a real ass. It's a horse of a different color, man.
Some keeps every time we see some horses up in this joint, something keeps throwing me off. Okay, all right.
I'm telling you, there's weird shit going on. There's wild horses in Kansas.
Right. Something's happening here.
Is that a euphemism?
I don't trust these horses. That's all I'm saying.
I don't trust no horses.
Birds aren't real. You can't
as far as I can throw them, which is not very far.
Not sorry. Yeah. So a caravan has been put together. It's now about, I would say, 10:30 in the morning. It took a couple hours. You tried to scavenge what you could. There's not much of anything left. And Anthony's Refuge is good to go back to the wheel. Fumbles is at the head of the caravan with Titus, and his two other coyotes are at the Appaloosa with Meryl guarding Many Shields, who has been hooked up to a travois on the back of the horse. And you guys are ready to go.
Cool.
All right.
I'll spend any time just kind of tending to anyone's wounded sort of needs. I don't know if you want me to roll or anything, but that's what Mr. Microwave would like to be doing. He probably feels some of the, animosity and probably feels pretty bad with everything that's happened. So trying to, not so, not suck up, but really try to make some amends,
Well, Johnny's got quite a lot of injuries. I think both of his arms and maybe his head.
All your limbs.
I will spend some of Johnny. I will count among my saints. And I will try to heal you up as well.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is, if the refuge people don't want your help, Johnny sure does.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not going to make you roll for it because you've had some time. This is not like a critical intervention sort of thing. You get Johnny patched up. Johnny, both of your wings are in slings. Yeah, you're straight up. You've got slings on both arms, and are limping quite heavily. That's about as good as you're going to get until you get back to town. Mr. Microwave, similarly, you are kind of puttering and sputtering on your thruster. you are not 100%. You are wobbly as fuck. And Rifleman, I don't believe you took any damage, did you?
So I feel a bit guilty because I took nada for damage. So but Duke
you're
is
fucking
bloody.
fine.
So I'm carrying Duke like a sack of potatoes over my shoulders, and I've got a bunch of other bags and stuff from townsfolk. I'm just I'm not a big strong guy, but I'm carrying Duke. I'm walking close to Johnny to help Johnny if he's stumbling or anything, and I'm just carrying people's stuff basically as best I can.
Yeah. So in this train, as you move forward and get going, like I said, Titus and I believe Romulus is the remaining dog, are at the head with Fumbles. Ingrid is kind of moving through the middle of the crowd, kind of trying to keep morale up and tending to bumps and bruises and whatnot. Hewitt is with her, and Thena is at the rear, watching your guys' six as you move. As you travel, there's not much of anything going on. It seems that after the Rad-Tornado, people and things are laying hella low. The planescape is pretty ravaged. Any large trees have been blown over. In fact, go ahead.
I was just saying, can we make out we see where the storm? Like by the time we come up, like can we see the storm anywhere? Like did it blow on in any direction?
The storm is past. The storm.
Okay, so like,
is
it's not like we can
entirely
look
gone.
off in the distance towards wherever
No.
and see some. Okay, just curious.
Bright blue skies. Okay. You can see nothing but flat ass land in every direction. But the movement is slow as you're traveling, as trees and debris litter the road. So you have to stop quite often to move. However, many hands make light work, and the people of Anthony's Refuge, while few in number now, seem to be hale and hearty. They know the drill. So you are slowed down. You don't think you're going to make the wheel before nightfall, actually. Fumbles is young. Fumbles doesn't really know shit about fuck. So he thought road will be clear. We'll get there, but you guys are moving slow. Anything that you guys want to do on the way? Speaking of, you leveled up.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, you leveled up.
Level up.
So I kind of want you all to go through what you all got for your level ups.
Yeah.
Toy.
Yeah.
Mine's a little straightforward. I took the intense training so that my agility goes up to 10, which is pretty sweet. My small guns rolls are as maxed out at a target number 16 all the time now, so that's fun. And that's pretty much it. I put 1 point into survival because we've been doing a lot of survival-y things, and that feels like it's on brand.
Absolutely.
That's Rifleman.
Noise.
Okay.
I took. What did I do? I took a couple things which made a lot of sense thematically, considering I just got my shit handed to me.
You got it pushed in real bad.
I did. I took 1 point in repair. Go figure. And then I also took the robotics expert perk, which it's a leveled perk. So I'm going to start my climb towards being able to do some pretty weird robot shit. And
I love weird robot shit.
I probably should have started on this earlier, but what do you do? So at rank 1, I can modify robot armor, weapons, armor, weapon mounts, and modules. So I can put all kinds of crazy fucking scanner modules and stuff inside my brain.
I love that.
Up to rank 1. And as I get crazier and crazier, I can do other stuff like reprogramming other robots, which I think technically might apply to myself. So we'll see how weird that gets down the line.
I mean, that is something that if you knew a robotics expert somewhere,
that's me. I got the perk
in the wheel. I mean, you might be able to pick up some tricks.
Who knows? But yeah, I feel like I want to see really start playing around with what the robot play sheet can do. And so yeah, there you go.
I love that for you. I want that to get so
Thank
weird.
You. Me too.
Okay, and Johnny, Mr. Bottlecap, what do you got going on?
I took the skilled perk, so I decided to dump that into survival because, like Grant was saying, that appears to be a useful attribute in our post-apocalyptic world. So I've upped my survival stat to 4.
Nice.
Still not great overall. My survival and what is it usually? Intelligence? Still a target number of an 8, but better than it was before.
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Sounds great. Okay, okie dokie. I love that for everybody. We got a bit of utility, a little bit of survivability, and some interesting places to go.
Well, feels on brand for all of the shit we just went through.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything narratively that you would like to do on your march back to the wheel? You've got some time.
My rifle exploded in my hands. I don't know if I possess any sort of capabilities to.
You're probably gonna need.
I probably can help.
Well, I mean, I can't do anything because I'm mummified right now.
You're double chicken winged up.
Yeah.
God, that's good.
I'm not a gunsmith. I don't have the gun nut perk, but I do have repair, and it's a tag skill, so I can try to
You're on the.
screw it up. But I know
Yeah,
we're on the
you're-
move. I'm carrying
You're on
Duke.
the
Like,
move. Yeah, there's a lot going on. If you
Yeah.
wanted to try to stop the train to repair the,
no. I'll do it in time.
I need a weapons bench.
you're
of
gonna
some-
need a weapons
Yeah.
bench. You're gonna need some time. You're gonna need to get your fucking arms fixed. There's a lot going on.
There's a
Yeah.
lot going on.
Yeah,
There's a
I
lot
mean,
going on for Johnny right now.
So
there's a
never
lot-
mind.
There's a lot
We're
happening.
good.
I
Johnny's good.
feel like I want to. So you said we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make the wheel tonight. So we're gonna have to camp.
No,
out.
you're gonna make the wheel probably by sundown.
Okay, so we're not camping out.
No, it'll be
Okay.
like a 8 to 10 hour trek.
Okay.
And you are in early to mid spring, so it doesn't get super dark super early in Kansas
Okay.
right now.
If we do, like, I don't want to derail. Like, we got like 3 quests to cash in, and we're on the way to cash them in. I don't want to derail that. But like, if we stop any, like, if we pass any conveniently scavengeable fucking red rockets, or tourist traps on the side of the road somewhere, like if there's anywhere we can get to make some fucking food for these folks or something, like.
Tell you what I'll do. We will do a quick flashback before you got going from what was once Anthony's
Yeah,
refuge.
yeah.
I will let you make a scavenge roll, because I did say that you guys had scavenged as
Yeah,
much. but
let's see if there's anything worth picking up. Maybe,
let's do some
right?
scavenging rolls.
It's been a minute.
It's
Yeah.
been a minute. Who
It
wants
has
to do a scavenge roll?
I feel like Grant's our resident guy who's good
I'm
at
the
this.
scaver. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
And in fact, if you want to utilize Duke, I would strongly suggest it.
Yeah,
let's
let me
do
Let me
that.
pull up the old Luton sheets here, because it's been a minute.
Yeah, that's what is that? Perception and survival again? I
Perception,
haven't scavenged in a little while.
Perception survival, sir.
survival sounds very correct.
That is indeed what it is.
All right, so my roll is not great. Let's see if Dookie Boy can manage to sniff anything out. Well, -1 on the old adjustment there. You know what? The lowest number was 13. That's not what. That's nope. So that's a no.
not-
I didn't.
That's not.
I don't
that's
find
not,
anything.
It's not good.
No.
You should use a luck point. Maybe.
I should. I could. I could, and I should, and I will. How's that?
There you go.
Do it to it.
How's that?
Wait, what was the difficulty of this?
Difficulty.
Is it
I'm going to
one?
say 2. No.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because then with Duke, then brings the difficulty down 1. So we just need 1 success.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Get it.
Okay. Perception, and let's do it. Come
Come
on.
on.
Yes. Nice.
Oh, that is a crit success.
That's a good luck spend right there.
Ooh,
Oh,
that
man.
was a good luck. It was worth it.
Wow.
With that, you find a duffel bag that had been
Okay.
thrown around in the storm. You don't know whose it is, but inside are belongings of raiders. They're
Oh.
Raider belongings. Since it was a
Okay.
crit, I'm not going to go off the table. I'm going to give you guys.
Oh, fun.
That was such a good roll.
Just
I'm going
some
to give you
stuff.
guys. I'm going to give you guys some supplies. Inside, you find 3 cans of cram, two containers, 4-liter. Those are gallon for our American fans. 2 4-liter jugs of purified water,
Oh, fuck yeah.
a stim pack,
Nice.
and a mod. A 44 or 40. What do you have? You have a 44, right? As your
I have a
sidearm.
44 pistol. Yeah.
You found a short scope for a 44 pistol.
Oh, get
Ooh,
freaking out of
cool.
town.
Cool.
So
Look
you
at
find-
that. The overseer giveth.
I kind of kicked the shit out of you guys
And the
last
overseer
episode.
almost
so
took away.
Yeah,
if you recall,
he
our
took, he
previous
took us
session.
away hit points, and he gave us the mod.
He gave
And
it.
my
So yeah,
arm.
you got three,
Yeah.
3 cans of cram. You got 8 liters of fresh water, unradiated fresh water, and you got a short scope for a 44 revolver.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
So-
nice. Like it.
At that, if you want, you can start passing those. Oh, and a stim pack, I believe I said it. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We
yeah,
got
Like
some back,
straight
yeah.
up non-diluted stim pack OG.
OG stim pack, a real ass stim pack.
Uncut.
That
Uncut.
good stuff.
Pure.
That 1982 good stim pack.
Yeah.
I feel like probably a lot of folks are pretty hungry, and I know that like Cram has like bonuses in game mechanics terms, but like from a narrative point of view, I imagine that like Grant would want to be giving food to like the hungry kids and old people.
Totally. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, that seems like a good use of the cram.
Yeah, I mean they're about
And old no arm Johnny.
and double winged up Johnny. Yeah, so you open up the 3 cans of cram and kind of start passing them around. Most of the fighters of Anthony's Refuge decline and give them to the the more infirm people of Anthony's Refuge. However, when that water, are you busting out the water as well? Or are you holding on to that?
Probably get into one of the gallons at least.
One
There's
of the
18
waters?
people or something.
Yeah. But if you when you bust open that water, oh boy, everyone is parched. Everyone's thirsty. So that goes around and gets dried up pretty quick.
I mean, I don't need to save it. Like maybe I'd try to give Dookie Boy some and like make sure the horse. I mean, the horse could probably drink gallons and gallons, but like, let's spread it out. Let's spread the love.
Yeah, big time.
All right, for sure.
Yeah,
so
and I'll narratively like too, if we pass any like ditches or anything, I'll use my once per scene purify some water too in my guts.
Oh yeah, you're Mr. Microwave perk. So
Mr. Purifier.
We will say that there are what are they called? Not slogs, sloughs. There are sloughs all around Kansas. So of course, you pass one and there is a slough, and you start sucking up some water and you percolate inside your head and produce some fresh water as well.
Mr. Coffee Machine.
The horse doesn't give a single fuck about dirty water and drinks deeply from the slough. You don't have to worry about it. It's a wild horse. Wild horse is fine.
It's doing all right.
Wild horse is a wild horse.
Wild horse is gonna wild out.
After traveling for a while, does it look like Ember would need that stim pack, or is there anyone who's even worse off?
Do you want to give me a follow-up medicine check, difficulty 1?
Yeah, I can try.
Give me a difficulty. If you're the one checking on her, you got to make the roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Hey,
You
got some action points now.
is that good? Was that a good roll?
Absolutely. What does high score mean? Did I break it?
9999999 points. That's pretty good.
So yeah, you put the back of your hand on. You're not a fucking dummy. You've been around. I mean, you're not going to make any fucking medical assessments on her, but you put the back of your hand across her forehead, and you notice that her fever has lessened. She is no longer shivering and sweating simultaneously, which you think is a good sign. And the redness that has been going down her neck has lessened into more of a dull pink, but she's still banged up. Her wound, the wound to her mandible, where you shot her, is significant, and it's starting to get very, very pussy. It's weeping, and she is, let's say, moderately delirious. She's mumbling to herself as best she can with her broken jaw, and you just see a puddle of sweat behind her on a pack that has been placed under her.
I really want to like bend down and whisper, like fuck around and find out, but like I also feel pretty bad that
you just did that.
That I shot this kid in the face.
I think the message has been received.
Yeah, I think you got the point across.
He is still finding out.
The fuck around was the find out was directly proportional to the fuck around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 1-to-1. Like,
yeah, she was. She found that vertices very easily. Yeah. So that's Ember. The coyotes are still flanking her, and are keeping a weathered eye on her. You get the feeling from them. Actually, give me a perception. Just give me a straight up perception roll. Difficulty 2. Perception plus. Oh, I wish there were more
Charisma, maybe, or like
No, it'll be definitely perception plus what would be speech, perception, speech.
Perception, speech.
And by this, I mean like body language, that type of speech.
Oh my god!
Another
three in a
crit.
row.
3 crits in a row. Take your action points and go the fuck home. Jesus Christ.
Rifleman will take his action points and go the fuck home.
Okay. You see that they are not any more than 5 feet away from her at any time. You also see that they are flashing hand signals back and forth to one another.
Right. Well, we got like Ember Bin Laden here captured, so I get that.
Yeah, so you get the very, very concrete impression that this is precious cargo, and that these coyotes would watch every last man, woman, and child in this train die before they let her go.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't say I blame them.
But perhaps it's best if she stays unconscious for the remainder of this trip.
Yeah.
That stim pack might be better used. How's Titus doing?
I am so glad that you asked that.
Sorry, there's only like 16 dying
No,
NPCs we have to check on here, so we're
get
working
I'm
our way
not
down
giving
the
you
list.
shit.
Who's next? Who's on the list?
I was literally
just
about to bring him up.
I'll just fucking.
Do you guys verbalize? Did you verbalize that out loud, Mr. Microwave?
Yeah, I'll go check. I'll go check on Titus for sure.
So Titus overhears that perhaps it's best that she remains unconscious, and he walks up to you and says, "Don't look over." His shirt has been rolled up and buttoned up to his arm. He's still wearing his he's still wearing the Legionnaire's armor the black Legionnaire's armor, but his helmet is now off. He is going. I won't make you roll for it because you already know he's detoxing real bad right now.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He's sweating, eyes are bloodshot. He looks like he's going through the throes of the worst hangover that a person has ever experienced.
And I'm sure he is.
And blood loss, and a missing arm, and
sounds like someone needs to lay off the chems.
No. Speaking of which, he said, "Don't look over," but using one of those eyes as is Thena looking? Is Thena looking right now?
I don't know. Is she? I'll rotate one around.
Give me a perception difficulty 1 perception survival.
Making a narc roll.
Yeah, make that narc roll.
Narc roll.
Did you say perception survival?
Perception survival.
Okay.
Make that narc roll.
Because you got to see if Titus will survive this. 1 success.
Perfect. Yeah, Thena is at the back and all tied up, looking, watching your guys' 6.
She seems to be preoccupied, Master Titus.
He slips you a day tripper, and he says, "That'll actually Calmex. I think Calmex is more narratively accurate."
Yeah. Okay.
He slips you a Calmex, and he says, "If you want," and he kind of frowns as he's looking at Ember. Because she's very small. Now that she's out of her power armor, she's very like frail and small. She is almost sweet looking. If you didn't know that she was just the most miserable cunt on the planet. But he looks sadly down at her and slips you some Comex and says, "This'll probably help with whatever the fuck's going on with her, but this is it. This is the last of my stash. I lost the rest of it in the Rad-Tornado. That's all I had on me. I was going to use it myself and then he kind of like wipes his forehead and just like sweat is pouring off him. He's like, cause fuck me. Now I know why I don't do this anymore. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting prospect. Perhaps I'll leave that up to yourself, there, Master Rifleman. I'll hand the drugs over to you in the handshake style. With my pincer, palm it off.
Smoke's the word.
Yeah, exactly. I'll leave it up to your discretion whether or not you want to wake up our.
No. This wouldn't be waking her up. This would be like putting her down. Calm X is a
not like putting her down.
Putting her
no,
down.
no. This would
How much
be
Comex am I holding?
this would work in this case as a sedative.
Oh, okay. But she's already passed out though, right?
She's in delirium, like
Okay.
she's struggling.
Well, I'll hand the drugs over to Grant and let to Dr. Rifleman and let him let him administer the dose.
Dr.
Should he
Kevorkian,
shoot?
more like.
Yeah.
I'll okay, like I'll try. I don't
This isn't a big thing. Like if you want to just give her a dose of what is essentially some like morphine to chill her the fuck out, you could.
I don't even want to try to be sneaky about it because I don't want the coyotes to be pissed off. So I'll just like kind of hold it out.
Oh, the coyotes saw that
fumbled.
fucking handoff from
of
a
course they
mile
did.
away.
Yeah, of
They
course
were,
did.
they knew.
But I
They
want
know
to like
what's
make
up.
it obvious, like hold it out, see if Fumbles will give me the nod of approval, and then
Fumbles is at the front, but yeah, one of the other
Okay.
coyotes in his ghillie suit gives you the
all right.
go ahead.
All right, yeah, I'll do it.
And yeah, you dose her, you inject it into, let's say, her upper thigh, and kind of immediately you hear a
Not like middle of the fucking sternum or something.
no, just right. No, that would be adrenaline. That would be epinephrine.
That's the opposite of what we're trying to do.
That's the other way.
We're very much
Yeah,
trying to
that's
keep
the
her
other
not
way.
awake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you guys did Comex?
Oh, I thought you said just pure fucking adrenaline mixed with some
This is
horse tranquilizers.
10 grams of caffeine. Okay.
Right? No, yeah, you dose her and you hear her sigh gently and then fall into a deep sleep.
Cool.
She is unconscious, and Titus kind of like looks around you back at Thena, and Thena looks at him, and he just like he gives the biggest shit-eating guilty grin, like a hi. With his one good arm, he gives her a thumbs up. His super sledge is still slung to his back, and Romulus is at his side, and they move.
He's not like mechanically dying or anything. He's up on his feet, doing all right.
He's up on his feet. Again, everyone is pretty much walking wounded.
Yeah.
Right now.
Cool.
I gotta say, I'm pretty worried about like facing Ember's dad. Like, hey, so shot your kids. So what's up? But-
People get shot in the wasteland.
Well,
Some shit,
we'll open
shit
with
happens.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I guess
If you know people get shot in the wasteland, here's your daughter.
mistakes do happen.
I want to preface this with the very real reality that people get shot in the wasteland.
Yeah.
You know how they call me the rifleman and not the talking man?
Well,
Funny story.
yeah. I guess at some point during our walk, I'll just have like a quick aside with the guys who just quickly run down the list of things that like, all right, so just so we recap, we've been
Get your story straight. This is
Yes,
good. Get your
yes.
story straight.
So we've been in this, I was about to say province, but that's a different system of government. We've been in this region for a few days probably now, and it seems like we've pissed a few people off already. There's a few things we need to attend to in whatchamacallit, in the wheel. Curious what everyone feels is priority. We've got the pit boy. It feels a little bit bad doing it now, but we probably, these people did agree to help us or pay us for their help, and we helped them. The town is destroyed, but maybe that's not something we need to worry about. But yeah, curious what you're thinking about when we go up to Mr. Many Shields here. What with the shot daughter and all.
Well, I'm not entirely sure I should be the one to start the conversation off with Many Shields.
Doesn't seem to be a big fan of yours to begin with.
Yeah, I've already put my foot in my mouth a couple times in the last little while, and I hope it doesn't seem off color, but I wouldn't mind trying to find a gunsmith. I've got this scope I'd like to stick on my revolver. Johnny, you probably need a little bit of care and attention. You want to make sure that those wounds heal up good and you're not got two half busted wings forever.
That would be ideal.
Hey, your weapon is also in a bit of a state as well, Master Bottle Cap, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find some sort of a bench to do some tinkering on this thing. Damn thing exploded in my damn hands.
How do you think I got these?
Wait, how do you think I got like this, boss?
Yeah, we should get that fixed.
I'm half machine.
Okay, so we need to get Johnny a doctor. We need to fix all the guns. Need to
Gunsmith.
fix my ass. Many shields to bring back his shot daughter, and get him to fix Johnny's Pit Boy because we have money for that now. Yes. Yeah.
You guys, you're getting all the moving parts. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. And we got that, and then we might finally figure out how in the hot Jesus H Christ on a bike we ended up in fucking Kansas.
Huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
How many coolers did we have last week, guys?
Yeah, right. Wow, we went for a fucking beer run to the vault and got
Big gulps, huh?
absolutely shanghaied into fucking Kansas. So the day goes on, you progress. People's spirits are still pretty low. You hear whisperings of the townsfolk from Anthony's refuge saying that they don't know what's going to happen when they reach the wheel. You also hear some people saying that they will have to become people of the land, which some people seem to be ambivalent towards, and other people seem to be quite nervous about and upset about. You get the strong feeling from the conversations that you overhear that the people of Anthony's refuge made a conscious decision to not be people of the land and strike it out on their own. They don't necessarily like to be beholden to the decisions made by the elders of the wheel. However, at this juncture, there doesn't seem to be any other option for them.
When there's an appropriate time, I think if Rifleman's noticing there's this kind of like chatter amongst folks while we're moving, I might have a little speech for them.
Okay. Do you want to give that?
Sure.
Yes, please.
You're the best at talky words, so
He is our talkie guy.
for
So,
sure.
Which isn't saying much.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? But okay.
We're decidedly lacking in one area in this party.
Well, I mean, Johnny's pretty charismatic.
True.
So I spent a long time wandering the wasteland by myself with just Duke at my side, everybody. And there's a lot of freedom in that. And you don't have to listen to someone else barking orders you disagree with. Get up when you want, go to bed when you want, sleep in whatever dugout you can find. But the one thing that I've learned from Johnny, from some other friends that we left behind in Colorado, and even from this hunk of fairly useful trash over here,
Hello.
having some people around you can make all the difference. People of the land are good people. They got some ways, maybe some more rules than you're used to, but you'll probably find it's a safe harbor you can live in, because the rest of this god awful mess of a planet is pretty harsh. You're always welcome to go do it by yourself, but it's nice to have some folks around you that got your back.
Yeah. Give me a charisma speech.
Alrighty.
Difficulty 2.
I'm gonna spend one of these action points we keep accumulating.
Oh.
Yeah, do it. Do it to it.
One success. I'm gonna spend a luck.
Squeaks in.
I'm gonna spend
Okay.
a luck here.
Okay.
Because this is a little speech here.
It is a little speech. I want to
Charisma.
see. I want to see another victory.
No,
Yeah.
sort of.
You hear some mumbling in the crowd. Some people flash you like a smile, a sad smile. You get the sense, Rifleman, yourself, that have you ever had like said something to someone and you don't really quite understand like their situation and you're trying to be
Totally. Read the room, Kingsmith.
you're trying to be positive, but like you're new Jack in town and you don't really know shit about fuck. So it's kind of like
I'm getting that sense. It's like
they're
okay.
like, all right, thanks, man, but like fucking stay in your lane, bud. And then Titus kind of just chuckles and laughs and looks at you and goes, wow, man.
There was still one success. There was still one
I
success.
know he's not giving you a hard time. He's just kind of saying like, there's a lot of history between us and the people of the land.
Yeah, that's fair.
And most of us still remember the monument incidents, and it's a hard pill to swallow to go crawling back to the people of the land for sure.
Incidents.
Remind me to give you a fucking history book of post-apocalyptic Kansas when we get the chance.
You can find out what happened in the Quiet Year, episodes 1 through 4.
Exactly. So you all will remember that they had a little bit of hubris and they built strong monuments. They were going to take over Kansas and be a powerful faction. And both of those monuments kind of got fucked up real bad.
Yes, they did.
And now
rad storms in these parts.
Yeah, it's almost like it's in the middle of Tornado Alley or something. So the rest of the journey passes by without much incident. You start getting closer to the wheel, and Fumbles whistles back from the head of the train and says, tighten up. We're not going to want to look aggressive at all. Dual file, please. And Jesus, please keep your hands where they can be seen. Okay, everybody?
Yeah.
He kind of gives a reassuring half smile. And you approach the wheel. As we have stated before, there aren't gates or walls to the wheel. There are guard towers that are set up around it. However, as you cross a invisible line, coyotes start popping up from the grass, watching you. And you enter what would be the wheel proper with the train in tow. And you are greeted by Val Maverick, many shields, and a Homes Guard that you do not recognize. He is in XO1 power armor that has been heavily modified. And he has a very large sort of, it's very decorative, and has a very large sort of totem on his shoulder. It's not exactly, it's highly
sigil or something.
Yeah, like a highly stylized pauldron.
Okay.
And as you approach, Fumbles halts the line and salutes Val, who says to him, Private Fumbles, I see that you have some company. He looks over and he kind of smiles. He says, Titus, nice to see you again. And Titus is frowning. He is very, very upset. I assume Thena's with you. I got report that Ingrid and Thena had also survived the assault on Anthony's refuge. And he goes to reach his hand out and to give him a handshake. And Romulus is bristling and growling heavily. And Titus, who sounds a lot like Val, goes, Romulus at ease, who sits on his haunches, and Titus reaches out with his one good arm. I believe I said he lost his left arm.
I think so.
His left arm. Yeah, he reaches out with his right arm and shakes Val's hand. And Val says what you all can recognize as sincerity. Says, I'm really sorry that it worked out like that. I was really hoping that you guys would make it, but can't control the weather in Kansas. and then he kind of like lets go of Titus's hand, and power armors, Home's Guard,
Oh no.
approach the group and surround it and say, people of Anthony's Refuge, if you will follow my esteemed colleague here, Val points to another coyote, we'll get you cleaned up, fed, and find some shelter in some of the longhouses. You boys from Colorado, you stay behind. And the people the people of Anthony's Refuge start to file out, followed by Thena, Ingrid, who gives you a smile and pats Rifleman on the shoulder. Leaving. Oh, yeah, she's quite a burly lady.
Yeah.
Leaving yourselves and Ember behind.
Okay, I was gonna ask specifically what happened to Ember. Okay.
As many shields approaches and stands silently, frowning from a distance as Val loudly, a little bit too loud, says, "You all are under arrest for espionage and sedition against the people of the land." And
What?
the people and the Homes Guard raise their weapons at you and say, "You will follow us to detention."
Like
And-
hell we will.
And at that, we will take our
Holy shit.
mid-session break.
Oh no.
Oh my God, Joe! What's Johnny gonna do with his hands?
What's Johnny
right now?
gonna do with both of his
What's Johnny gonna do?
hands?
You can't put a guy in handcuffs when he's got no hands.
Yeah.
There's
Cuff
a
him, boys.
whole-
No, please don't.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Oh,
So come on back in, what do we want to say, 10 minutes? 15? Do we want to take a little
10. Let's keep it nice
Let's
and tight.
Let's do it tight. So
Oh
come on back in 10
God.
minutes for the second half of our 9th episode of War Games News Radio, A Few Neutrons More. We'll see you all in
We're
10 minutes.
fucked. We're fucked.
Come on back now, you hear?
Welcome back, everyone. That was our halftime for our episode 9 of A Few Neutrons More. Let's get right back into it. Val says loudly, "You all are under arrest for sedition and espionage against the people of the land." And Fumbles is shocked. You can plain as day see the shock on his face. However, he looks at you, Rifleman, and he raises his weapon and points it in your direction and says, "Lay down your arms, Grant."
I think there's been a misunderstanding. Absolutely, I'll go along quietly. Please, Val and Mr. Many Shields, could I leave my dog with Fumbles for the time being?
Make a difficulty 2 speech charisma speech test.
Okay, I'm buying 2.
If anyone
2.
or someone
it.
could help assist you if you wanted, but do whatever you want.
Yeah,
I got
I'll buy
nothing
2.
to help out in this situation, Johnny.
I've got no horse in this fight. Yeah, give me a difficulty 2 charisma speech.
1, so that's 1 success. I'm gonna burn a luck point.
Oof, just burning through them.
This is a good spot to do it, though. Ooh.
Oh, is Johnny also helping or what?
Johnny, give him a hand. Say something
Come
and
on,
give him a hand.
Johnny.
Charisma speech. This is my burnt luck. Oh my god.
Nothing. I'm sorry, guys. I want to give it to you, but the dice tell the story.
I got
Yeah.
nothing. Yep.
That's fine.
And Val says, "I think it's best that he stays with you."
All right.
What do
I lay
you
my
do?
weapons down. I
Yeah.
lay my weapons down. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Coyotes approach you. The two that were following Embermen Shields strip Johnny of his weapons. And Mr. Microwave, you're told by one of the Homes Guard through a T50 T50B power armor mask.
Don't make any fast movements.
And he's got one of those rail gun things pointed in your direction.
I'm not sure how it. Listen, rule of law has seemed to have taken on a very different appearance from when it was first established. I don't know how things work around here, but usually when you help someone out, they don't throw you in chains. Is there any? Can we at least have the charges read against us as to they pertain to the specific incidents? I'm gonna go into lawyer mode.
I know my rights.
Yeah.
Val cuts you off and says, "You'll be addressed by one of the elders." And Many Shields approaches, doesn't pay any fucking attention to any of you, and is followed by some of his acolytes, his students, where they detach Ember from the Appaloosa and gently carry her away on her travois.
You're welcome, by the way.
He doesn't fucking even look at you. He doesn't give a shit about any of you.
Oh my.
Oh, Raj, you're muted, buddy. Oh, we lost Raj's audio. Of course, we got Moose on the loose.
We've got him
Moose on the loose.
We've got him on mute. 1 second here, folks. Here, we'll
Bear with us. This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why we can't have nice things. Hold on a sec, folks. We'll see what's going on. We should have Raj. I don't see why we don't. One moment. I'm just gonna reload him here.
Sure. Did you know that the moose is the largest land herbivore in North and South America?
Oh,
There are moose in South America.
Well, no, just in the Americas.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
I'm not going to say yes, there are moose in South America. I'm sure there's a moose in South America in somewhere, like a zoo.
I feel like a moose would have a pretty hard time getting through like anywhere in South America.
I don't know, man. They're big as fuck. And if you've ever been in like the deep bush in like Ontario or Saskatchewan or Manitoba especially, they're there. Yeah. And like It's a
No, for
fucking
sure, but, like,
it's a temperate jungle.
Might have to get you
the
to
Amazon
come
is a
back in,
whole
Raj,
other-
because
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Oh, and you're back.
Am I
Oh.
back? Am I back?
And we're back.
Hey.
never
Okay.
mind.
Johnny was saying something along the lines of some showing of gratitude here, fellas.
So they're not having any of this bullshit, and Val says, "You'll follow me." And the column of power armor approaches you and closes you off. And the two coyotes that were trailing Fumbles step behind them, and Fumbles kind of goes to talk to Val and say, "Hey, I like these," and he just shuts them right the fuck up. And he says, "Private Fumbles, you will report to your post immediately and debrief." And Fumbles snaps to and looks back at you, Rifleman, just forlorn and sad. And
I just, like, I give him like an "it's okay" like dad nod.
oh, you do the thing from like Superman when like
Oh, when
Yeah.
he gets pulled up into a tornado.
into a tornado,
Yeah.
you give him the no.
It's okay, dad nod.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, the heart. Yeah, I love that.
I
That's
hate
so
this
good.
show.
Yeah, that
I hate
nothing
this
but good
stupid
memories.
show. Anyway, yes, and you all are paraded, legitimately paraded through the town, through the wheel, towards the hub of the wheel, the large tent.
Do we
Animal
see
skin.
where the Homesteaders ended up during all this?
No, they've gone to one of the longhouses.
Okay.
So
Is it like a normal looking longhouse or like a prison-y looking longhouse?
it's a normal looking longhouse.
Oh, so we don't think that they got like they're not sent to the chambers or some shit.
No, you don't get the feeling that they are under, arrest.
Yeah,
or
that was
whatnot.
my concern.
Okay.
But you are being taken to the very large wagon at the center of the hub, or the wheel, I should say, the hub of the wheel, which is like legitimately like half a city block of like wagon.
Whoa.
Uh,
Like one
and-
giant thing.
Yeah,
Big
one
old
giant,
wagon.
one giant animal skin tent on wheels. And as you approach, you are stopped at the center, frisked down one more time. Were anybody trying to hide weapons? Because at this point in time, I would make you.
No.
No.
No, there's
Johnny's,
part of my
Johnny
body.
doesn't have anything up his sleeve or anything, you know.
Okay.
Rifleman has learned to stop bringing guns to power armor fights.
It's probably not good for your
Yeah.
health.
Yeah.
And you are taken inside to this very large tent. It is not what you thought it would be. Inside, it looks like it is a very large tent structure, but inside there are discrete hallways, not cubicles, not like an office, but like there's an entire settlement within a settlement inside. And you are taken deeper and deeper into the structure, primarily by Val and the very ornate XO1 power armored individual. Now that you are stripped of weapons, it's just those two guarding you with the coyotes that were with Fumbles and yourselves. And you're taken into a smaller inner sanctum, a smaller building within this large tent-like structure. And inside is a very well-dressed older gentleman who has you see him immediately. He's very clean. He has a brand new, fresh haircut. He has very well-groomed facial hair in
Fancy boy.
Slick fade, bro.
in a what is it called? Not a goatee. What's it called when you have the
Van
mustache? And Van Dyke. He has a very nice Van Dyke, and is wearing fresh laundered pre-war clothing. And he says, you must be the Rifleman and Mr. Microwave and Johnny Bottle Cap. Please have a seat. I'm sorry for the whole production, but it'll make sense in just a little bit. So please do have a seat. And then he walks over. He has like a very nice desk standing in the middle of his in this room that you're in, and he has a globe off to the side, a world globe, one of those old antique wooden globes, where
Is this like office vibe or like courtroom vibe?
It's office vibe.
Okay.
It's very much office vibe. In fact, there are bookshelves all around just covered in pre-war books.
Okay.
And he opens up the globe, and inside is a crystal decanter with brown liquid inside. And he says, can I interest you in a drink? Anyone, please?
I wouldn't mind a water if you've got one.
Oh, of course, yes. And he cracks a bottle and pours sparkling spring water from a bottle.
Sparkly. I'm getting like architect from the Matrix 2 vibes from this guy.
not as ominous. No, he's very much more welcoming. Like he has he has a soft face. You get the vibe that he's like an English or philosophy teacher, professor. Like he's
Okay.
And he pours it into a nice tumbler, and he says, would you like any ice with that, or just
ice? You have ice here?
He opens a small drawer underneath the globe and pulls out a frozen solid globe of ice and clinks it into the crystal glass and walks over and hands it to you.
I think I've seen ice once in my entire life. So I didn't catch your name again there, sir.
That would be because I didn't give it to you. Anyone else a drink? Well, not yourself, Mr. Microwave, but Johnny, would you like? I have bourbon, scotch. I have rye whiskey. That
some
Mr.
water would be great, but I might need
he
a little
hands
help
you
with that.
he hands you the exact same. He actually hands Mr. Microwave the exact same water. Perhaps you could help him.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm just picturing him like pouring it on Johnny's lap or something right now. Yeah.
It's like
on
videos
top of
on
my
the internet,
head.
you see a cat like the water's going on their head.
Yeah.
and their mouth. Yeah. I'll start like I'll just be very gingerly like I'll be bottle feeding Johnny while also
I fucking love this scene.
Yeah.
This is
And
so
like
good.
This is
like
amazing.
a baby lamb.
Yeah, like a small baby bird in my hands. And while doing that, I'll have one eye perusing these bookshelves. What's on them?
Marcus Aurelius, lots of histories. He has a lot of he has Kant, he has Aristotle, lots of philosophers. And then over into one section is pulp junk. Like Dean Koontz, like fucking Jurassic Park is there. Like
Jurassic Park's a fucking tight read. I don't even care.
I mean, it's a good book, but he's just got
and then there's
like
one book down here. It says the Fallout 2D20. No, it can't be. It's a game within a game.
He blows up. Hey, perhaps you would like to play a game with me. And
Jumanji.
Jumanji?
Is that a copy of the Lusty Argonian Maid?
It is. and Dwemer Relics 5.
Okay, we're completely jumped the shark here now. I'll remark to him, sir, I must say, this is all rather quite unbelievable. This collection and this room, and God damn it, you've got ice. What is going on?
It took me many years to actually put this collection together. You wouldn't believe it, but apparently raiders love to burn books, pure knowledge, which is infuriating. But I put this together myself with a little bit of help. And he kind of like looks over at the large power armored individual who chuckles through his mask. You hear a robotic kind of come through his XO1 mask. He says, my apologies, gentlemen. I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Elder Warden, named after our Patreon. What was the first name? It was Richie Warden, named after Patreon subscriber Richie Warden. He says, "My name is Elder Warden. I've been an elder of the people of the land for going on about 30 years now. Again, I apologize for the theatrics, but we had to make it seem very real for the people. And this is Lieutenant Commander Parker. And then Parker kind of slowly nods at you all, the power armored individual. And of course, you all already know Val. Val, if you'll take your leave from us. And Val snaps to attention, salutes him, and fucks right off. You get the sense that Val didn't want to be in this room for a minute longer than he had to. He says, Richie, oh no, I'm Richie. Sorry. He says, Chip, and then nods over to Lieutenant Commander Parker. He says, you can make yourself comfortable at ease. And Chip relaxes and takes off his Exo-1 power armor helmet. And you see something you were not fucking expecting. Underneath is a heavily tattooed, very square jaw, which is atop a muscular neck that is deep green.
I fucking knew it. I knew it.
You see that Chip Parker, the Lieutenant Commander Chip Parker, is a super mutant.
God.
In power armor.
I knew there was something up with these power armor dudes.
Cool.
God damn.
And he takes off his armor, not his armor, sorry. His they, as you remember, they carry kind of like an ammo case on their back. He takes off his ammo case and unattaches his rail gun from his arm. He says, "Oh God, those things never get lighter." And he kind of cracks his back. He says, "But don't fuck around, because if you make a move, I will still crush your heads with like a single hand. It's not a big deal." And he kind of gives you a smile. He gives you like a broad, toothy, almost handsome smile. He has got all of his fucking teeth, and he looks like a fairly regular dude. Picture not fully hulked Bruce Banner.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
I don't feel fully relaxed at all, but
Oh no, it's a fucking weird stitch for sure.
Yeah.
And Elder
Okay.
Warden says, I understand that there's some confusion. He walks around his desk and sits in his chair. First he pours himself a scotch and sits down and puts the scotch on his desk and says, not everything is as it seems
You think?
in the land. We had to make this big show to make it seem like you're our enemy. I hope you understand. We
No.
need the
Not
dissent.
yet.
We need the dissenters in our midst to believe that you are under arrest. I should back up a little bit.
Jeez.
We have full control over our territory. However,
Doubt.
doubt. Press X. Press X
X to doubt.
to doubt. However, we have spies in our midst, and we don't know who they are. That's where you come in. You're outsiders. You're fresh. You're clean. We were able to vet you while you were away helping the people of Anthony's Refuge. We were able to corroborate your story that you arrived on the back of the train and had just come into our custody straight from there. So you are untainted. You are free agents of this place. And that is exactly why we need you. Currently, you are under arrest for espionage and dissension.
Well, and that's the part where the free agents thing seems to contradict itself.
It'll all make sense.
Raj, I think we lost you again here, pal.
Oh, moose on the loose. What is up with
Why are we losing Raj?
why are we losing Raj?
He's right there.
But I can see his
I can
face.
see him. Hold on. Sorry,
I
guys.
believe Raj can fly. No, still no.
No.
No,
No.
Raj, let's get you to jump out and jump back in here, pal.
Okay, let's take a quick.
Just a quick Raj boot. We're Raj booting.
We're Raj booting. Raj boot.
Boop, 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 boop.
So while we're sitting here,
Yeah.
Duke gets real sooky when he's injured. So he's just sort of like, he's a big dog, but he's on my lap, and I'm just like sort of like scritching behind his ears, etc. Trying
know
to
what?
take in this room feels extremely weird for riflemen. Like I haven't been in a room that wasn't full of debris, dust,
Yeah.
garbage, radiation, and like cockroaches. Or whatever.
Warden, Elder Warden actually
Yep,
he
there we go.
opens another drawer in his desk, and he goes, "Oh, usually these are snacks for me, and then he brings out some venison jerky and walks over and says, "May I?"
Well, let's see, Raj, we got you back here, buddy.
Hello, am I back?
Hey, you're back.
Hey.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, and he hands Duke some venison jerky, who
Oh, yeah.
sniffs it reluctantly, and then
Yeah, no doubt. Duke, little hesitant with the first bite. Once he tastes it, he's putty.
it's got some berries smashed into it. It's pemmican.
yeah.
It's delicious. By the way, our European friends, Google pemmican. It's amazing.
It's not bad.
It's very good. Bannock is good too. Anyway,
So we were saying, but the free pot doesn't seem quite.
so you
Jack.
are free agents. You have no connection to any of these people or any of the factions that exist here in Kansas, in our territory, the people of the land. Do you know anything about the children of Adam?
I look at Johnny and just like, kind of like, close my eyes, like, oh fuck.
Do you guys know anything about the children of Adam? I want you to make me a intelligence plus
Science.
Yeah, science would be good. Intelligence plus
Science.
Science. Yeah.
Science.
All of you. There's no difficulty per se, but okay, rifleman, you don't know shit about fuck.
Double 13s.
Oh,
Mr. Microwave, you have complicated knowledge of the children of Adam. And Johnny.
What do we roll in science?
Yes, intelligence science.
Intelligence.
Oh goodness, that's not good. My target number is a 4.
It's hard to focus when both your arms are screwed up.
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
Yeah.
Against all odds.
Yeah.
Sitting there in double slings, like, well, actually, the children of
yeah.
Adam.
So yeah, actually, Mr. Microwave, yes, absolutely, Mr. Microwave, give me a little speech based on the roles there. Give me 70% of what Ryan knows about the children of Adam.
Sure. I've know a little bit. Encountered many years ago. It was quite early on before when the world moved on. But they seem to be religious zealots, focused mostly on radiation. Some strange beliefs that the more you consume, the more pious you become. It's all very. Doesn't really have any backing on any science that I know of, that's for sure. We do know that radiation has some strange effects on humans, ghouls and whatnot, and there's other things that can change a person. As I look over to the weird fucking Frank Horrigan motherfucker in the room, that can turn.
He's way nicer than Frank Horrigan.
Just saying, he's a super mutant in in advanced power armor. That's all I'm saying. But I can't say I've encountered any. This was more than 100 years ago now.
So Warden leans back in his chair and says, "We have a faction of children of Adam that exist here. They have taken up in one of the old missile silos from before the war. They have built a glowing emerald city, which they have taken to calling the Atomica Basilica. It is led by someone who calls herself Confessor Gray. And she is a fucking witch. She has been a thorn in my side for the past 10 years. I need someone who is clean, that I can trust. I need you to infiltrate this Atomica Basilica, and I need you to withdraw one of my assets who has been indoctrinated into the children of Adam to gain their secrets. And you hear a small cough at the door. And as you look over, many shields is standing in the door to the office. And Warden says, yes, Eugene, please come in. Please come in. And Eugene walks in and looks at you all and sits down in another chair in the office. And crosses his legs, and he has a clipboard in front of him, and he says, I have to thank you all for returning my daughter to me. That couldn't have been easy. I understand that she is precocious at best.
That's still a way of putting it.
And then he looks at you, Rifleman, dead in your fucking eyes with a stone cold cement face. But with very, very sad eyes. You can tell like the eyes are so sad. And he says, thank you for not killing her.
That's a lot better than I was hoping he was going to say.
It's our pleasure, sir.
It was challenging, sir, but I am relieved that she still draws breath.
She will survive. It'll be a long road to recovery from here. Oh, sorry, that was Warden's voice. She will survive. It'll be a long road to recovery from here. But she's back with us, which is a good start. And he takes a deep sigh. And the Warden says, Mr. Many Shields here will elucidate you on the situation. Eugene, they're clear to know. And Eugene says, I stole a Gek from the Children of Adam. It was in the...
What?
Oh yeah, he just lays it on you. There is no warm up. There is no. He just
buy a guy a drink first. Jesus.
Yikes.
I stole a Gek from the missile silo that they now reside in. You might have noticed that the territory of Kansas is much more verdant and healthy than probably you have seen elsewhere.
That explains it.
I adapted the technology of the Gek and expanded its effectiveness greatly. They, however, resent us for this and are currently developing a way to access all the other missile silos in Kansas to return Kansas to a nuclear wasteland, which they believe
Okay.
will return the land to, and then he puts up his fingers and puts a quotation marks to oneness, to return it to the single atom.
Oh no.
This is where you all come in. You need to infiltrate the Atomica Basilica, the Emerald City. You need to extract our agent, and you need to bring them back to us. We need to know exactly what's going on inside. It's the only way that we can save Kansas. A direct assault would be useless. They would just seal up the silo, and we can't get in. Or, worst case scenario, they have accessed all the other silos in Kansas, and should we attack, they will launch all the nukes at their disposal, returning Kansas to a wasteland state and erasing all the work that we have put in over the last several decades.
Have you had contact with your asset recently?
This is where you come in. They have gone dark. So we need to send someone in there to get them the hell out.
Is this, you said they were indoctrinated. Do you believe that, have they infiltrated or have they become a follower of this sect?
Warden frowns and says, he puts his hands up and says, they could have been turned. We don't know. We need eyes on them. We need to interview them. We need to debrief with them. That's why we need them out. If they have become a turncloak, then it's even more dangerous than we could possibly imagine.
So if I got things straight, y'all really pissed off these weirdos, and now you want us to go fix it for you?
Warden laughs, and he says, "Wow, yeah, that's pretty much it."
Not just trying to make sure the score is straight.
So currently you're disavowed.
With no arms.
Yeah. Currently you're disavowed. You are enemies of the people of the land. This could go one of two ways. Either you are guilty of espionage and sedition, or you're, and then he winks at you, guilty of espionage and sedition. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So, regardless of whether or not we accept this quid pro quo, if you will, we'll be brandished as traitors one way or another, but whether or not we remain in your custody.
He smiles and he winks at you and he goes, "Yep, that's pretty much it. This is your cover. We need whoever is spying on us from the Children of Adam camp to believe that you will make a jailbreak, that you will," and then he kind of looks over at Parker and then does quotation marks, "kill your guards and make an escape, theoretically back to Colorado. Then you will accidentally stumble across the coordinates of the Atomica Basilica and maybe ask them for help."
This sounds like an offer we can't refuse.
He smiles and he goes, "You're getting it. You're starting to catch up."
Well, it's no small task, and there's a lot to unpack here. Let's be honest. But I believe you're correct, Master Rifleman, that one way or another, it seems that we are in your employ. There's a matter of our Pip Boy and some other things we'd like to discuss. But as for the matter at hand, who precisely is it we are going to retrieve?
Oh yes, of course, our asset. And he pulls out a dossier and puts it on the desk and slides it over to you.
My movie shit. I love this.
Is it going to self-destruct after 30 seconds?
It better.
It will not. You open it up and you see a picture of a young man, kind of nondescript human, dark hair, dark eyes, early 20s. It has his height, his weight, his biography, and you see at the top Agent Boulette.
Surprise, Boulette.
Surprise.
No, we got 3 named Patreon characters in this episode. Wow, fantastic.
Cool.
Well,
Cool.
You'll be
Atomica
retrieving and extracting Agent Boulette. He has been undercover for about 5 years now, working with and inside the Atomica Basilica. He is trained under many shields as an acolyte. He is he's a engineer.
So not one of your coyotes then. One of yours.
He's
Master Many Shields.
Many Shields says he's a reclaimer. He has vast scientific knowledge of civil engineering and structures. That's how we got him inside. The Basilica's stalled building techniques. They don't know a lot on how to build, and that's how we made him invaluable for them to expedite their construction.
Well, it seems you've got us on a bit of an impossible mission of sorts. If only there was some way that we could form a force, an impossible mission force.
Force.
I am not a weird name for anything at all. Where is this stronghold of this? And sorry, you said it was a missile silo, and that there's more than one.
Yes, there are, I believe, 7. If Raj during the quiet year decided there are 7 missile silos in Kansas.
There's a bunch.
That could have been anyone named Raj.
Warden says there are at least 7 that we know of. However, we don't know how many that they have control over. They're heavily encrypted, hard to infiltrate. We know that they have at least 1, and they have at least 1 ICBM that they're sitting on.
I don't love that. I don't love that for us.
Right.
Truthfully.
So, I'm hardly the leader of this ragtag trio, but if we're gonna do this, can we at least escape with some, quote, stolen equipment and supplies beyond that which we came in with? For example, I'd love a weapon suppressor for my rifle.
Make me a difficulty 3 speech. Difficulty 3.
Barter?
No. Charisma speech.
It's not a barter because we're trying to do a job for him.
It is not
Can
a
I
barter.
assist?
You can assist.
Okay. I'm gonna spend a thing.
Spend a thing.
Spending a thing. Charisma speech. You said.
Charisma speech.
Oh, go do a thing. Make it good numbers. Oh.
So Johnny, your help will mean nothing.
Yeah.
Ah.
I got one.
Rats.
Johnny raises an eyebrow, and that's like.
We'll talk about your payment when you return. First, you bring back our asset, and then we will do a little quid pro quo.
Well, there is also the matter of Master Bottlecap's Pip-Boy here. I believe we've got the appropriate fundage. Maybe, perhaps, we could skip the aforementioned payment.
Fucking Warden waves his hand, and Eugene stands up and walks over to Johnny and says, "May I?"
Yeah, by all means.
Presses 3 buttons.
Ah, Christ.
And he goes, and then he looks at it. He says, "Yeah, this has been encrypted with, wow, a program called Ruby, which you will probably find on the mainframe. It's an ex-military encryption from before the war. You'll probably find it on a computer within the silo."
Oh, great.
Oh, how convenient that we're already headed there. Hey. Well, I can't believe our luck.
Yeah, he presses 3 buttons. He already knew. He knew what was up.
He knew. Yeah, okay. All right, okay. So your princess is in another castle. Fantastic.
Oh, super.
So, Parker here is going to put you in a cell and he checks his watch. Functioning. Casio. He
Oh,
goes,
Casio, nice.
yeah. I mean, it's post-apocalyptic.
Sure. I just.
Dude, a Casio runs forever.
No, I know.
This is
There was
proof of that.
I forget where that reference came from, but someone was like, Casio, nice.
Casio,
I don't remember
nice.
where that came from.
Yeah, he checks his watch. He says, in 2 days, you'll escape. You'll blow a hole in the side of your prison. You'll have all of your weaponry. Mr. Microwave, you'll be repaired. You'll be given supplies, and you will be sent off. And you'll be sent off to the Emerald City.
And where is that exactly?
Yeah, he pulls up Johnny's Pip-Boy and he marks it on Johnny's Pip-Boy. It is to the northwest of you. If you'll remember, in the quiet year, it is in the west of Kansas.
Yeah, it's like almost on the border of Colorado. Conveniently.
Almost on the border of Colorado.
Do we have a quest name for this quest, officer?
Yes. You go.
Quest effect music.
And it says, "Behind the curtain," starts to appear.
Behind the curtain. Well,
so that's a twofer. That's Wizard of Oz 1 and number 2, Iron Curtain, Cold War stuff.
Okay, so just for those playing the home game, we have a lion, a Tin Man, an Emerald City. Do we have a scarecrow?
You have a witch.
We have a witch.
You had a tornado.
We had a tornado. We're just.
Are you getting it?
If you haven't figured it out yet,
this might be a Wizard of Oz thing.
There you
In
go.
Kansas, of all places.
And the first quest was what was it? Follow the yellow Geck road?
Down the yellow Geck road.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no theme here.
Well, that all sounds about as good of a deal as we're going to get, I guess.
So Parker, he will escort you to your, and then he quotes, prison, and give you the details of your grand escape. Now remember, this is all for show. Should you actually murder any people of the land, Parker here will deal with you immediately and severely. And don't forget, there's always eyes on you out there. So please do stick to the plan. I would like us to be working partners as we move forward. We will make it very much in your favor to play ball. Also, don't forget that if those fuckers nuke all of Kansas, the fallout will absolutely reach Colorado.
Was gonna say, yeah, if these guys are gonna set off the whole 7 nukes,
at least 7 ICBMs within Kansas.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. One last thing, Mr. Many Shields. I don't know if you planned on heading out that way at all, but when we retrieved your daughter, we also immobilized the vehicle that these locos, whatever you call them, came into town on. So there's a somewhat functioning. Well, I don't know how it made off after the storm, but there's a somewhat functioning locomotive up there, and I don't know. It's probably best, at the very least, that the locos don't get their hands on it. So you might want to consider doing whatever it is you reclaimers do, and perhaps reclaim it. Word to the wise.
He smiles at you and he says, we had a team of coyotes and reclaimers on it easily this morning.
Fantastic. All right. Well, fuck me. Never mind.
No. It was good. I like that. Close the loop. I love it. And then, yeah, Elder Warden looks at you and he says, okay, gentlemen, get some rest. And, one last thing. My apologies. I almost forgot. He hands you, Rifleman, a radio, a large green radio with a antenna that comes off of it, much like the one that you saw Fumbles using. And he says, do be in touch. Please keep us appraised of the situation. It won't work while you're in the missile silo, but should you need some help getting out, we'll come running. All right, gentlemen. I wish you luck. And he gives you a smile. And Parker walks you down the hallway towards your prison cell. And the last thing that he says to you is, he's still got his helmet off. He's carrying it underneath. He looks at you and with a very warm, broad smile, he says, if you fuck this up, I will murder you. I'll crush you into paste. And he gives you like just a big, welcoming, loving smile. At that, is where we will end this episode.
Damn.
Wow.
Well then.
Gang goes to jail, but only for a little bit.
The gang goes to jail.
Gang goes to jail.
The gang is gonna do a prison break.
Well then,
Wink.
my goodness, my gracious, that was intense.
I'm glad
There's
you
like
liked it.
There's like a part of Rifleman's ego that sort of just wants to go back to Colorado and let Kansas get nuked, but I think that's just Rifleman being a grumpy old bastard.
We'll just put
I
up
mean-
a fence and block all the fire.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
Just build a wall. Just build a wall.
yeah, that'll do it.
And make Kansas pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank
Definitely.
Thank
Play
you
that
all
exit music.
Play that exit music. Thank you all so much for joining us. We love you. We appreciate you. We will see you again in 2 weeks, which, if I'm checking my calendar correctly, that is the 26th of March. Stay safe out there, and as always, don't feed the Algoat. We love you all. Please do come
Good
back.
night, everybody, and tune
Night,
in at
everybody.
Painting Stream on Wednesday. More info on that coming soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bum bum.